G'day guys, welcome to another video. My name is the MasterBucks, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a half and half maybe. It's a bit of a mixed video. As of course I'm sure you can tell from the title, I did recently play FIFA 19, or at least an earlier build of it, shall we say, at EA Play 2018, and a little bit at E3 as well. I'm going to talk a little bit about the gameplay, the changes that they've made, and how it's all looking and what my impressions are of it, and then just sort of showcase the rest of the video and the rest of EA playing E3 to you in like a vlog. So it's basically half of a vlog and half of a bit of a discussion video of FIFA 19. You don't see me doing an awful lot of vlogs on this channel, or at least not recently, but I'll definitely be picking that up in the future. But anyway, as I'm sure a lot of you know, last week was EA Play 2018, and it was amazingly good fun. I was there at the press conference, I saw everything that they got announced live, it was sick, it was awesome fun. Away from like the FIFA side of things, there was definitely some other stuff that really piqued my interest, like for example Anthem. Anthem I think does look like it's quite promising. And yeah, it was just really good fun. I was obviously at last year's EA Play 2017, and that was really good fun, so it was cool to come back. Now before I got my hands on FIFA 19, we had a little bit of a World Cup tournament, shall we say, that was between me and quite a fair few big FIFA YouTubers and streamers from across the world. Guys like myself, we had Zwayback, Bateson, we had Matt HD Gamer, Castro, and a lot of the big names were there, and it was pretty cool. Obviously, being the only Australian at this World Cup tournament meant that obviously I was going to get, I hate to say the word stuck, but yeah, I had to play with 3.5-star Australia, and I'm sorry, every time I'm going to refer to Australia, I'm going to preface it with 3.5-star. I hope you guys can understand, because you're going to need to give me a bit of slack for how the tournament went for me. Basically, here's how the games went for me.
So I'm just competing in a little FIFA 18 World Cup mode tournament. I am of course representing Australia, but that also means I have to play with Australia. Look, I'm not going to say that's a bad thing, but I kind of maybe consider myself having a slight disadvantage, let's just say, with certain player ratings, okay? I think you feel me. First game I played was against Denmark. Unfortunately went down 3-1. It was a very close game, but I probably didn't deserve to win it in the end, but we still got Peru and France. Hopefully things will go a bit better. I didn't lose this time, I drew, but I mean, yeah, not very good. I think that basically rules me out. If I somehow beat France, if a miracle has happened and France have, I think it's over for me. I'm pretty confident it's over for me. I'm pretty confident the only way I can get through now is if I beat France, and the guy that plays France is already really good, and he's got the best team in the group. I have to beat him, and I have to beat him by a big amount of goals. I don't think it's gonna happen, honestly. I need one of the E-League boys out here. The dream comes to an end, unfortunately. I went down 4-2 in the last game to France. I mean, come on, I'm Australia, he's France. And he was already a very good player. He beat Peru 7-0 in the first game, so I did not rate my chances either way. Scored in the first 3 minutes, and I thought, hey, I might have a chance, but nah, it's just the difference, the golfing class, it became too apparent throughout the game. Disappointed I couldn't pick up a win. No, just one win would have been nice, but not to be. Oh well, I got a point. We're hoping Australia does a lot better at the real World Cup, and I'm pretty sure that they will.
So unfortunately, I could not get out of the group stages with 3.5-star Australia, and I should have won at least one of those games. I knew I was never getting out of the group, but I should have gotten at least one win. But yeah, that was disappointing. I put that behind me, and then I moved on and finally got my hands onto FIFA 19. Now, I'll talk a little bit about the changes that they've made to gameplay in a second, but because the one thing that I really was the most excited for in FIFA 19 this year was the acquisition of the Champions League rights. That is the first thing I've got to talk about. The demo that they had available for us to play was the Champions League final in essence, and it was just absolutely magnificent. The presentation, both in-game and the graphics package, everything. It's so lived in and it looks so real to life. And of course, the Champions League recently went through a little bit of a graphics maybe not overhaul, but they recently did up their graphics quite a fair bit, and those new graphics are in FIFA 19, and it's just looking so good. There's a new commentary team specifically for the Champions League as well, which I was really happy about, because it's always been Martin Tyler and Alan Smith, which, you know, I never get sick of Martin Tyler, and Alan Smith is, you know, Alan Smith. But it was cool to hear some fresh new commentary for the Champions League as well. I was loving it. The gameplay as well, you could tell, was definitely tweaked quite a fair bit. There were some minor changes and then some pretty big changes. And this isn't maybe necessarily much to do with gameplay, but things like Park the Bus and All Out Attack, I'm sure you may have heard, have completely gone. They've revamped the whole, you know, defensive, ultra-defensive, park the bus, attacking, ultra-attacking, all-out attack. They've changed that around a little bit, those settings, and they're a little customizable as well, so it's cool to see. I didn't exactly get to go super in depth with that. Obviously, I only got to play a couple of games, but I still got to see that they had made some pretty big changes in that regard. The shooting in the game is, you know, for the most part, it's quite familiar, but there are definitely some things that with shooting the ball, you're going to have to adapt to when you first get your hands on. Of course, in previous FIFAs, it's just been, you know, charge up your shot. If you want to go for something specific like a low driven, then you just double tap the circle button after you're finished charging. And, you know, that's just what we've been doing forever. Finesse shots, chip shots, all the same. But now, you've actually, it's less about power and more about timing. You actually have to like time your shots perfectly now, where basically you've got to let go of the shoot button, or you got to tap the shoot button at just the perfect moment to strike the ball cleanly. And if you don't get it right, you skew your shot and have no chance of scoring. It's a very difficult thing to explain without actually having it shown to you, but basically imagine there's a little bit of an indicator that pops up when you go to shoot the ball. It's either red. If it pops up red, then you have not timed your shot well. If it's green, then well done. You've got to basically bang on it. I think yellow maybe is late, or white is late, or something like that. I didn't ever shoot the ball late. You know, I'm not gonna claim to be, you know, amazing, just adapting straight away to the new shooting mechanics, but I did let a few go pretty early, and I did get quite a couple bang on. And it's a really sweet feeling when you see that little green flash pop up, and it just perfectly ends up in the bottom corner. But yeah, the shooting has received a bit of an overhaul, so you're going to need to adapt to that. And the low driven is almost dead. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, it's still viable and it's still a way to score, but it's nothing like what it's been in previous, or at least in FIFA 18. And there have been some other changes and tweaks to the gameplay as well. 50-50 battles is one of them, when two players go at the ball in an even contest. I mean, things, the way where the ball bounces and who ends up with possession, that's sort of been worked on a little bit as well. So there's definitely some changes, and you can see improvements in a lot of different areas in regard to the gameplay. Again though, it was sort of hard to get a perfect grasp on what FIFA 19 will be like this year, especially since I only got to play 3 or 4 games, and especially since it's a very early build. The game's coming out in September, and we're in basically June. Just like last year when I played it at EA Play and then went to Gamescom and played it again, it did feel slightly different as well. So you cannot, I'm not going to go ahead and say this is what FIFA 19 is going to be like just based off of the EA Play gameplay. But hey, look, I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on it again, which unfortunately won't be for another month or two, or maybe even longer. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it again, seeing what they've done, more changes that they've made, and hopefully we'll get a slightly better look at career mode, and, oh, I don't know, maybe the journey as well. Poor Alex Hunter didn't even get a run at EA Play. That's too bad. We'll keep our eyes open. I mean, don't listen to them, Alex. You're the greatest. Do you want my Coke? But that was my experience at FIFA 19. That wasn't the only thing that I did, obviously, in LA. I had some pretty good fun, and I got to do some other awesome stuff that you guys might be interested in. For example, I went to, I don't know, see an LA Galaxy game. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, people. The man, I just wanted him to score 1 goal for me. He gave me 2.
Galaxy goal, Zlatan.
By the way, let me just say, all right, not to knock the MLS, but oof. If that is, I'm not saying that's the best that the MLS has to offer, LA Galaxy versus Real Salt Lake, but, and it's not even Real Salt Lake, surely it's just real Salt Lake if it's America. I've got to stop putting, you know. But that game was just oof. It's, look, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, seeing him play was cool. I forgot Ashley Cole still played for LA Galaxy, so seeing him was cool. And then a couple other names popping up, like guys that I've come very close and maybe even signed in career modes back in the day. Playing in front of me was definitely nice to see, but I don't know. Let's put it this way. I'm pretty confident that the A-League is almost a little above the MLS based on that one game that I saw. I'm not gonna definitively say that, but that's kind of how it felt. And on top of EA Play, on top of the LA Galaxy game, I also went to an LA Dodgers game, a baseball team, of course, for those of you that know.
Oh, get home! Get home! Woo!
At one point, it was 11-2 for the Dodgers in the 4th innings. Now, if you know anything about baseball, you know how ridiculous that is. And then, of course, we saw E3 as well. And that was the first time I had ever been. I'll be honest, I didn't really know what I was expecting. I knew it was a gaming convention, and I knew it was big. It's not like Gamescom big, but it's still pretty big. And it was cool to walk around, check the place out. I had good fun, and I, of course, got to get my hands on FIFA 19 again at E3. I got just that little taste, that just a little bit more before I had to head home back to Australia. All in all, it has been a great trip, and there's plenty more stuff that I'm going to get up to that you guys are definitely want to keep your eyes open for, thanks to Foot United. For those of you that didn't know, Foot United is an EA Sports website that gives you the most up-to-date information on all things FIFA, and of course, every single month has some sick giveaways. I have returned once again to be the Australian captain for Foot United, and we just recently gave away a bunch of awesome Adidas World Cup balls as well. I've been told as well that the closer and closer we get to FIFA 19, the bigger the giveaways get, and I've been told that these are going to be ridiculous. So do yourselves a favor, go to Foot United, the link is in the description down below, be sure to sign up and keep active on it, and make sure that you're keeping your eye open for those giveaways. Anytime you want to get involved in a Foot United giveaway, all you've got to do is make sure that you're signed up and you've linked your accounts to Foot United, and you have to use these two hashtags. Hashtag FootAU and hashtag EA Contest. That is all you've got to do. Come up with something creative, a nice post on whatever it is we're asking you to do, and you could win a bunch of awesome prizes. But that will do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I've got plenty more FIFA 19 related stuff coming up very soon. I've also got some other really awesome things I'll be doing over the next couple of months, which I cannot wait to show you. So make sure you subscribe so that way you keep up with it all. Till the next time, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good one. Bye-bye.